Another week, another series of sponsorships and brand trips causing issues for influencers. From drama over Sephora sale recommendations, the Kosas brand trip causing conflict of interest, and even Alix Earle calling out a few of her fellow influencers for the way they've been behaving. It's a mess, so let's get into it. The Sephora sale started this week, and my For You page has been absolutely flooded with beauty creators all making their sale recommendation videos. These videos normally consist of their holy grail products, and usually the video isn't sponsored. They normally contain a wide variety of brands that they love and that they're genuinely recommending to their followers to buy. Well, that wasn't the case with one of our usual suspects, Mikayla. A lot of people were waiting for Mikayla to put out her recommendations to see the top products that she's been loving all year long, but when she finally posted it, many people were very disappointed. She started the video pulling out all the products that she was recommending, and people noticed there were a lot of Kosas products.
Hey, rapid fire, I'm gonna tell you everything I think you should get from the Sephora sale. Kosas Dream Beam Sunlit. I am obsessed with this SPF. It is moisturizing, smoothing, and brightening SPF 40. As you blend it out, it gives the skin a soft golden glow. I'm ready for the beach. And the Kosas Plump and Juicy Spray. Brows Rare Beauty Brow Gel and Kosas Brow Pop Nano, period. This brow pencil allows you to be so precise. Brows on fleek. Medium coverage Kosas. Further smooth my face, Kosas Cloud Set. I use shade Airy, and I just take a little bit on a brush, and this blurs so well.
And if you just watch this video not knowing anything about Mikayla and not knowing that she doesn't typically disclose her ads properly, you may think that this was a genuine video and she's just some huge Kosas fan. Now, I know a lot of people might be like, well, of course, she just went on a brand trip. You would be stupid to not think that it wasn't sponsored. But she should be making it more than clear so you can't miss the fact that she's being sponsored by Kosas. Especially since she's recommending Kosas over their competitors in her comments. Someone asked her, Tower 28 spray or the Kosas spray, can only afford one. And Mikayla said Kosas for sure. I mean, it's the same story every single week. And Mikayla still hasn't made any effort to verbally disclose her ads or at the very least put ad before the caption or as an overlay. I just can't wrap my mind around her not being afraid of the FTC catching up to her and facing fines. It's happening already in different communities on TikTok, so it's really only a matter of time before they work their way over to the beauty community. Another thing that people are picking up on is influencers who go on brand trips or maybe wanting to go on brand trips suddenly promoting and loving the products of these brands like Kosas and Tarte. Someone commented on Mikayla's video and said, all of a sudden, a ton of Kosas stuff. And don't be mistaken, it's not just Mikayla doing this. Glamzilla was actually getting a bit of backlash over her sudden promotion of Kosas as well. She did a partnership with Kosas, which of course wasn't disclosed properly, but it was for the product that she just went on a brand trip for.
This is sunscreen made for people who hate sunscreen. Okay, let's try it out. It's by Kosas. It's their Dream Beam Sunlit Comfy Smooth Sunscreen. It has SPF 40 in it. Okay, apparently it's supposed to feel really lightweight. Ooh, it's got a beautiful tint to it. Okay, yeah, it is lightweight. Blends really easy. Feels like a moisturizer. Very glowy. Oh, I like that tint. Oh, okay. This is what it looks like side by side before and after. It just feels like a glowy base. They want us to use this on its own or with makeup. It's up to you. Okay, let's even this out. Very glowy. Look at the beautiful sheen. Okay, I evened it out. It basically looks like golden hour on the face. Very glowy. Very glowy.
And this started a conversation in the comments of people being like, how can we even trust that you genuinely like this product when you were just taken on a once-in-a-lifetime vacation by a brand? One person said, I'm sorry, but after Kosas takes you on a nice vacation, do you really give me your most honest opinion? That's the thing. These brand trips were created to promote the brand in a more grand way that gets a ton of attention on social media and hopefully draws in more customers. And while that plan may have worked back in 2014, it doesn't seem to really be working anymore. Of course, maybe it's working for like Tarte number-wise when they're looking at everything behind the scenes, but it seems like customers are catching on to these marketing tactics and it's almost having the opposite effect. If an influencer goes on a brand trip, people are actually more inclined to not trust their reviews or recommendations of that brand going forward. Even in Glamzilla's review of that SPF, she never said if she actually liked it. It makes me wonder how different her opinion would be if she had no affiliations with Kosas. A lot of people in the comments were saying that the tint wasn't a match for her, and that's probably because their shade range sucks. There's only 2 shades, and for $56, you have to use a ton of product to actually achieve the look that Glamzilla got. I've heard a lot of negative reviews so far from paying customers, so it makes me wonder, how honest are these sponsored reviews? While we're on the topic of sponsorships, remember when we talked about Mikayla doing like 5 skincare routine sponsorships within the span of a few months and claiming that each one was the reason her skin was so clear? Yeah, well, let's add another one to that list because she's once again done another sponsored skincare routine.
My skincare routine went viral for a reason. It's just that good. We're talking almost 9 million views. If there's a time to try it, it is now. If you buy the full-size Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant 2.6 ounce for free, you get the rest of my routine. You get a Dermalogica face cloth, you get an ice globe, and a travel size pre-cleanse special cleansing gel and the calm water gel. All as gift with purchase if you use code Mikayla and buy the Daily Microfoliant. If you want to level up your skincare routine, you need the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant and use code Mikayla to try the rest of my routine.
And of course, what do we all know about Mikayla by now? She doesn't disclose her ads. Even though this video was not disclosed, I think we all knew this was coming because a few months ago, she did her real unsponsored skincare routine that was pretty much all Dermalogica.
None of this is sponsored. It's not an ad. I buy all this shit myself.
And even though Mikayla said that this video wasn't sponsored, a lot of people thought it was, or it was her way of trying to get the brand to buy her video on the back end, or maybe sponsor her in the future. She ended up pinning that video at the top of her profile, and then came out with this sponsored video promoting their sale. This is the reason why a lot of people have lost trust in influencers like Mikayla. Someone even commented on her video and said, "So do you use L'Oreal or this?" L'Oreal is another brand that she claimed was responsible for clearing her skin, but of course, Mikayla had an explanation for this, responding, "Both. I've gone into depth about this. You should cycle your skincare based on concern. L'Oreal is for acne specifically." Of course it is. Mikayla really needs to be careful here because even though she has fans who think she can do no wrong, they're eventually gonna catch on to her. I mean, her comments were filled with people writing, "Wait, which skincare routine are we on now? Different one every month. How many skincare routines do you have, Mikayla? I swear you've posted at least 4 on here. I mean, I don't know which one you really use." While we're on the conversation of Mikayla, we have to talk about an influencer actually shading her for the way that she's been acting. Alix Earle went on her podcast a few weeks ago and talked about influencers who complain about their jobs and pretty much said how bad they sound when they do that.
Actually blows my mind when I see these people who do social media for a living come online and complain, and they're like, "You don't understand, I had a really long day, I worked really hard." Like, I'm not saying that we don't work or there's not a lot of hours or whatever and it looks different for everyone, but to sit there and complain about it, it's just like it really frustrates me. And I hope you guys don't ever think that I'm on that side of things, because I am completely agreeing with you guys. When I see those videos, I'm almost like, oh my god.
And a lot of people in the comments think that this was a call out to Mikayla's 519 incident. One person said, "Alix would never complain about finishing work at 519. Another person said, "It's giving Mikayla." And some people think Mikayla might also think it's about her because she decided to mention 519 last week in a bit of a shady way.
I think the main reason people stopped doing that eyeshadow like this is because it literally adds like an hour onto your makeup. But that's not an excuse for me because this is my job. But I clock out at 519, so...
I could definitely see Alix's video being about her. I know that they've met on brand trips before, but they don't really seem to be friends, so who knows? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.